So I'll remain on standby for that. And if a switch with Brian for next week works, we can do the switch again. That's fine with me.
Roger, Roger. Good to know. And we'll give young James a try and see what he wants to do, and we'll sort it out from there. K1DOB.
Ken 4, GYY, standing by for the net.
N4, GYY, N5E. Good morning, Frank. Got you on the list.
Good morning, Lee. Yeah, appreciate it. I had to completely restart all my stuff from the storms that have been coming through here. So I wasn't sure everything was going to work right. N4, GYY, standing by.
This frequency news, this frequency news, 03 Juliet, Bravo,
Frequency is in use. There'll be a net starting here in about 10 minutes. W5OG. Thanks for asking.
Thank you for letting me know. Have a good day, good weekend, 7-3.
I didn't hear the response, but I think he copied me. W5OG.
This is Whiskey Bravo 5 Delta Romeo India. My name is Brian, and I will be net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club net, and we'll be starting up on this frequency in about 5 minutes at the top of the hour.
Yeah, WB5DRI, W5ABI. We're copying you this morning, Brian. You're about SA, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, very good. W5ABI, WB5DRI. Yeah, you're about 5'6", 5'7" with me here. Joe, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brian. W5ABI, standing by for that.
KM4CAX, good morning, Jack. How are you doing? W5OG. Yeah, Roger. Well, we'll put you on the list as a short timer there, Jack. KM4CAX, W5OG.
Whiskey 5, Papa India X-ray, standing by for the Air Force Flyers Club here.
Well, it's about that time. Good morning, everybody. This is WB5DRI. I will be net control this morning for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. I want to welcome everybody to the Sunday edition, this Memorial Day Sunday, the Sunday before Memorial Day here. Good morning to all stations. This net meets on this frequency, 14.290, every day of the year, normally starting up about this time, about 10 o'clock Central Time. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, and veterans of all the military services, to include pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews and personnel, and anyone involved with military aviation from all of the air branches of all of our military services. We also very much like to welcome visitors to the net, and you don't need to be involved with the military or aviation in order to check in. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devote a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. We like to use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info to contact net control. We also have a very good website at Air Forces Plural, Flyers Plural Club.org. That's Air Forces Flyers Club.org, which has a lot of good information about our net and also an online application if you'd like to join. And also, there's bios there from our members. So there's a lot of good information on that website. It's a great website. Anyway, my call sign is, again, Whiskey Bravo 5, Delta Romeo India. My name is Brian, and I'm located down here in South Central Texas in the Alamo City in San Antonio, Texas. Our format for this net is we take check-ins and we go down the list allowing each station to give their reports, and then we go back for a second semi-3 round if there's time. Usually on Saturdays and Sundays we have a little more time for the net. At this time I do have the following stations off of NetLogger that N5BE is doing for me. Thanks, Lee, for doing that, and also thanks for taking my net yesterday, Lee. That's N5 Bravo Echo up in Arlington, Texas. So good morning to you, Lee, and thanks for all that. Again, Also, we have some short timers here. I have my older brother Dale, W5OG. Good morning again to you, Dale, and love to you and Carolyn there. And then we have Jack, who needs to be a short timer, KM4CAX out in Silverton, Georgia. Good to hear you this morning, Jack. And we'll get you in there right at the top. Then we have W5PIX. It's Cliff, my neighbor to the north in Bulverde, Texas. And I'm not sure if he's mobile today or not, but we'll get him in the number 3 spot. Then we have, I believe, a visitor. That would be Bill from Savannah, Texas, Alpha Kilo 4, Sierra Zulu. So welcome to our net, Bill. Good to have you with us this morning. I don't recognize the call sign from past nets, but you may have checked in before. I'm not sure, but good to have you with us this morning, Bill. Then we have, as I mentioned, N5. Whoops. No, it looks like we got another station in there that's come in. Another visitor from Massachusetts, David, KC1 Delta Alpha X-Ray. So very good to have you with us this morning, David. Then we have N5BE, who's doing, as I mentioned, the net logging. And so good morning again, Lee. Then we have K8AF, that's Russ, up in Washington State. Good morning to you, Russ. Then we have K1BOB, our commander, up in Boise, Idaho. Good morning to you, Bob. Then we have W5ABI, Joe, that I talked to earlier. Joe, good to have you with us this morning, and from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Then we have N4GYY, that's Frank, out in Louisville, Kentucky. Good to have you back in there with us, Frank. Then we have K4YDB. Good morning to you, Charlie. Charlie has a live stream on YouTube. If you type in his call sign, K4YDB live stream, a live stream of the net will come up. And it also has the questions of the day there. So it's a very good YouTube live stream website that Charlie has there. So thanks for doing that, Charlie. And good to have you with us this morning. Then we have King Queen 6 Echo. That's Mike out in Anthem, Arizona. So good to have you in there with us, Mike. Good morning to you. Then we have... listening out there, one of our members, WA6LJS, who is receive only this morning, who is in the process of moving from California to Florida. Wise choice there, John. But I hope all is going well with you on your move. That's the list as I have it so far this morning. Let's see if we can get a call out from the West Coast. Bob, K1BOB, could you put out a call for us, please, sir?
I certainly will, Brian. This is Kilo 1, Bravo Oscar Bravo, Idaho. Looking for any other check-ins for the Air Force flyers? Come now with your call sign, name, and location, please. We'll get you in.
November 1, Bravo Victor, Eric in Arizona.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo.
Okay, we got 3, Brian. We've got Kilo Delta 9, 2 Golf Bravo. Good morning, sir. You've reached the Flyers Club Net. We'll get you on the list. And we have Eric, November 1, Bravo Victor. I think he said he was Nevada. And we got James lurking before checking in. KG5 PTE. Put James on the list, please.
Okay, Bob, I got KG5 PTE, but I didn't get the full call signs on the other 2 gentlemen. What was the suffix on the Kilo Delta 9?
It was Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Bravo. Zulu Golf Bravo.
Okay, and then the other station, the November 1.
Yeah, November 1 was Eric, and his suffix was Bravo Victor, N1, Bravo Victor.
Okay, N1 Bravo Victor. So I copied Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Bravo, and November 1 Bravo Victor, and then we have James, KG5PTE. Very good. Let's go ahead and get a call out from the East Coast there. Charlie, K4YDB, could you put out a call for us, please, sir?
Wilco, this is K4YDB relaying for net control. We are looking for check-ins to the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Members or guests, please call now.
Kilo 7 Foxtrot Alpha Whiskey.
Is that Kilo 7 Foxtrot Alpha Whiskey?
That is correct, sir. The name is Rich, North Central Arizona. Roger.
Roger. Did you copy that, Brian?
Roger. I'm copying Rich there pretty well. Very good. Kilo 7 Foxtrot Alpha Whiskey. Got you on the list there, Rich.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And I'll say, wish you guys a happy Memorial Day there, Roger.
Roger. Same to you there, Rich. Well, stick around, Rich. We'll get you in there.
Okay, I can't stick around too long, gentlemen. I got to go to work here shortly. So if you give a shout out for me and I don't answer, I'm out the door there, Roger.
Roger. We'll put you up towards the top there, Rich, and try to get you in there before you have to go to work.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Roger. Okay, that's a pretty good list. Let's go ahead and get started with the questions here this morning. I do have a couple of questions that I came up with from some research that I was doing, some books that I read here in San Antonio recently, and I actually have a connection to this whole thing through a very good friend of mine by the name of Bob Fodge. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started. The first question is, what woman aviator successfully repeated Amelia Earhart's equatorial flight around the world in 1997 in a restored aircraft identical to hers? And so it's what woman aviator actually repeated Amelia Earhart's equatorial flight in 1997, 60 years after Amelia Earhart's attempt, in a restored aircraft that was identical to Amelia Earhart's. And the possible answers are Alpha, Ruth Nichols, Bravo, Louise Faden, Charlie, Eleanor Smith, Delta, Linda Finch. And the bonus question is, what type of aircraft was it? Was it Alpha, a Lockheed Vega 5 Bravo? Was it Alpha, a Lockheed Vega 5 Bravo? Was it Bravo, a Boeing 247? Was it Bravo, a Boeing 247? Was it Charlie, a Douglas DC-2? Was it Charlie, a Douglas DC-2? Or was it Delta, a Lockheed Electra 10 Echo? Was it Delta, a Lockheed Electra 10 Echo? And the answers are matched pairs. For example, Alpha, Bravo, and so forth. So if you get the second question correct, you'll have the first question correct, and vice versa. Okay, does anybody need any repeats on the question? WB5DRI. No, W5ANI. You checking in, Alan? Okay, we'll put you up at the top with the short timers there, Alan. Very good. Can you stick around? We've got several short timers. Can you stick around for a few minutes there? Roger, Roger. We'll put you right after, we'll put you number 3 on the list there, Alan. Good to hear you this morning. Good morning to you. Okay, those are the questions. Let's go ahead and this flight was called World Flight 1997. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First up is actually my older brothers there, Dale, up in Mineola, Texas. Good morning to you again, Dale, and hope you and Carol are doing well. What's happening up there with you, other than I know you're having some issues with your quad there. W5OG, WB5DRI, you're up, Dale.
Okay, very fine, Brian. Well, good morning to you and all the flyers on the net this morning, and anyone that perhaps is listening and our guests. And good morning to all of you from East Texas, where it's a nice, warm, toasty May day, and we'll be, nice weather. All right, for the what's going on here, and I'll get that out of the way quickly as I can. My son-in-law has graciously accepted the challenge to help me with an antenna project. I've had a problem with my quad for some time now. Not that it would impair the effectiveness of the antenna that much, but it didn't look good to me because there was a couple of wires hanging down and some other things. I needed to tighten up a couple of the elements and do a little bit of periodic maintenance perhaps on the antenna. So I found a 50-foot, it's called a Nifty lift, and it's a cherry picker. It goes up 50 feet. And I have, other things to do, some trees to trim, and I had a lot of other work to be done. Well, and also I wanted to, there was an old TV tower up on the Roan 25 tower that is here closer to the house, and it's been up there for a long time, and it was looking ugly, and it was dilapidated. It hadn't been used in 25 years, so I wanted to get it down. And also put up in its place a VHF, UHF antenna for local work around the area here on the repeaters and so forth. I've never had a good outside antenna for that. So anyway, the bottom line is we got most everything done. I still don't have the VHF antenna up. We got bogged down with the motor on my tower would not bring it. It kept popping the breaker, and it appears as though I have lost the start capacitor on that motor. I hope it's not the motor itself. It could be. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's giving me some problems. It's stuck right now at about the 30-foot level. So I see that I'm coming in good to the SDR, and that's the important thing. So most folks can hear me on the SDR perhaps. And I don't know what the status of that motor will be. We're going to have to look into that this week. But as far as the other projects, they are continuing. We're going to do some more work this afternoon after church, and see if and then get that. We rented for the whole weekend, so that makes it very nice. You don't have to rush through anything. But everything takes a long time, and I can attest to the fact that you get up there anywhere close to 50 feet with this thing, it's very unnerving. Anyway. It's not the high quality ride that I expected necessarily. Anyway, the question, a very good question there, Brian. I do like the question. I knew it was one of the Lockheeds, so I thought, I think she did have a Vega, but that was not the airplane that she used. It was the Electra, I believe. So I'm going to go with Delta Delta. Put me down for double D there, Brian, and thank you for swapping or doing your net. Anyway, you guys took care of it very, very good, and that makes it the easiest way to get somebody to, if you can't do it on your particular day. 7-3, everybody have a great day. Well, maybe we'll see you. I don't know what somebody might comment on the status of Bob, K2SJP. I have not been able to get on either on the roundtable or here on HF for the couple of days. I've lost track how his Bob. Somebody needs to let me know how he's doing. I hope he's all okay. I don't see him on the Echo Link this morning. Perhaps he's at church. I hope that's the case. 7-3, everybody have a good day. Thank you, Brian, and love to you and Susie there. WB5DRI, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, real fine. Standby relay. Dale, sure good to hear you this morning, and sorry to hear about your motor on your antenna there, but your antenna is doing a great job for you, even at the 30-foot level this morning. So, very good on that, and hope you get also your VHF antenna up there. But anyway, we got you down for Delta, and I'm not sure about Bob's status, K2SJP. I think he's probably just in church today. But anyway, hopefully he and Rosalie are doing fine there. But we got you down for Delta there, Dale, and have a great day there, you and Carolyn, and we'll talk to you the next time. 73s and 88s there. So let's keep it moving here. Let me take the relay now. Maybe, Dale, before you leave, if you could bring in Jack KM4CAX after I pick up the relay here. Go ahead, relay.
Thanks, Cliff.
Okay. Did you copy that, Dale?
Yeah, copied all. Thank you, Cliff, and thanks, Brian. W5OG, back to net.
Okay, Dale, real fine. Can you bring in Jack for me, please? Dale, W5OG, WB5DRI.
Oh, be glad to. KM4CAX, Jack, go ahead. You're up. Good morning to you and Dora, W5OG.
Okay, real fine, Jack. I did copy that, KM4CAX. You really came up at the end there, Jack. And I got your answers as Delta, and glad to hear you guys are doing okay, and that maybe you got some rain there. I think we got some rain here day before yesterday night, and it was pretty good. We were really blessed to get it, I'll tell you. Sometimes it's hit or miss down here in Bear County around San Antonio, but we were lucky the other night. So anyway, good to hear you, Jack. 73s to you. You and your wife have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend there, what's left of it, and a great day tomorrow. when we all remember all those that paid the ultimate sacrifice there. Anyway, 73 is to you, Jack. We'll break with you. Let me go to my neighbor to the south here, WB5DRI, and get him in there since he's a short timer also. Good morning to you, Alan, and all the best to you and to Karen there. You're up, sir. WB5DRI. Okay, Alan, W5ANY, WB5DRI. Well, very fine business there, Alan. Good to hear you this morning. Sure glad things are going well with you there, and that you're working on some old equipment that you had that needed repair there. So very good on that. And have a great day there. Enjoy this weekend, what's left of it, and Memorial Day tomorrow. So 73 is to you, Alan. Thanks for checking in with us. And we got your answer there also as Delta. Let's go ahead and we'll break with you. Let me see if I can get my neighbor to the north, W5PIX. I'm not sure if you're mobile today or not. Cliff, I thought maybe you might be at home. Good morning to you. You're up. I hope you and Miss Bonnie are doing well. Regards to her. W5PIX, WB5DRI. Following on two computers. So, anyways, back to you, Brian. W5PIX. Okay, real fine, Cliff, W5PIX. Well, very good to hear you this morning, Cliff, and glad to hear things are going well for you there. And I didn't get your answer there on the question. Did you have an answer? Okay, I got it that time. Delta, very good, Cliff. Well, good to have you with us this morning, and sure glad you guys are doing well, and thanks for the information about Bob there. So glad to hear that all's well with him, that he got some medicine to help him out there. I know he's been in a lot of pain from his situation there with his car accident, I think. So anyway, very good on all that. Next up, I'm not sure who to bring in next, actually. There was a KD9 ZGB in there, Randy in Indiana. I'm not sure if he's still with us or not. I don't see him on the list anymore. Oh, I see him on the list further down. Let me go ahead and get the guy that said he couldn't stick around very long. That was Kilo 7 Foxtrot Alpha Whiskey, Rich in Arizona. Rich, if you're still in there with us, if you haven't gone to work, you're up for our net. K7FAW, WB5DRI. Well, I'm not hearing Rich. I think he must have gone off to work there. So we'll give him a 73s and go back to the list here. Looks like Alpha Kilo 4 Sierra Zulu. That would be Bill in Savannah, Texas. Bill, you're up for our net. Good morning.
There's a check-in, Brian, K1DLB.
Okay, stand by, Bill. Who's the check-in?
That's a Kilo Mike 6 Romeo Sierra. He's coming in pretty good. Kilo Mike 6 Romeo Sierra.
Okay, I did not hear him at all, Bob. You might have to bring him in. He doesn't need to be a short timer or anything, does he?
I didn't say, just trying to check in. Kilo Mike 6 Romeo Sierra. Do you need to be in and out quickly this morning, sir?
You set up your, what's your GPA?
Okay, you got K1DOB in Idaho. You're in S7 here, good signal. So you're just looking for a check, is that it?
Yeah, the guy you were talking to, I can hear him, but you can't hear me. But I'm on a mobile right now, so anyway, what's the name of this net?
You reached the Air Force Flyers Club Net. You're in S9 now on your mobile. And the one you heard there was Brian, WB5DRI, and he is in San Antonio. Copy?
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so 73, I'm retired Navy, so, I'm military, not my life in the Air Force. So 73, sorry to interrupt you now.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Retired Navy, and wife was in the Air Force. You guys probably qualify. If you would like to become a member, you don't need to. You can check in, and we start at 1,500 Zulu every day on this frequency. So feel free to join us. Otherwise, we'll give you a 73 good check here. Back to net control, Brian.
Okay, Bob, thank you for that relay there. Mike was a little light with me, but good to hear you this morning, Mike. Kilo Mike 6 Romeo Sierra. They're out in California. I believe he's in Palm Desert, California. So 73 to you, Mike, and do come back and join us again whenever you can. We're on here every day at this same time on this frequency. So 73 to you, sir. Let's go back to our list there. At the top of the list where we are right now, I didn't hear the Bill in Texas here, the Alpha Kilo 4 Sierra Zulu. So if you're listening there, Bill, 73s to you, and thanks for checking in with us this morning. And do come back and join us whenever you can. Next up would be Kilo Charlie 1 Delta Alpha X-Ray. That's David up in Massachusetts. KC1DAX. David, good morning. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI. This is KC1DAX. Brian, I've got an intermittent copy on in western Massachusetts. I kind of stumbled across this net and wasn't sure if I'd be welcome. I'm a former Marine myself, but I have a grandson who's a fireman at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. Planet planning on taking a trip out to see him later this month. So not much going on here. Everybody is fine here. Not sure if anybody is copying me. The only one I've heard that I can actually copy is you. The rest of them are buried in the static. So I'll make it short and sweet. Thank you for welcoming me to the net, and I hope you can copy me. AC1DAX, and I'll go back to you, Brian.
Yeah, Roger. David, I was copying you fine. Somewhat on the radio, pretty good on the radio, but better on the SDRs. So very good to hear you this morning, David, from Massachusetts. And thank you for your service. And I also wanted to thank Mike there in California for his service. I forgot to do that. That was the other station, the previous station, KM6RRS. But David, do you have anything else for our net this morning? Back to you there. KC1DAX, do you have an answer for the question? Over.
Brian, I lost you about midway there. Something about a question. I've got you loud and clear now. You want to repeat that? Back to you.
Roger, did you see the questions on the live stream on YouTube? That's okay. I guess you're not copying me all that well, David, but very good to have you with us this morning. And again, thank you for your service, and come back and join us again on the net whenever you can, David. We'll give you a call on the 73 route. Break with you. Let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Next up would be our net logger, N5BE. How do you like my questions this morning, Lee? You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI N5BE. I like the question, Brian. I especially like the San Antonio connection there. Well done on that one. And let's see what's going on here. I put a brisket on the Big Joe Tomato. Last night at 9 o'clock, and it pushed past the stalls. So it's telling me it's going to be ready about 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's perfect. I'll take it off, wrap it, and just keep it in the oven with the oven off, and it'll be perfect. Coming over, we're celebrating her birthday and her husband's birthday. So I have been negligent in putting my flags out. I need to do that right after the summer, so I'm going to put my Army flag out too. So anyway, that's it from here. I love the question. I remember when this happened, and there is a San Antonio connection, isn't there? So I'm going to go the obvious, Delta, Brian. And, hey, I'm getting you direct. All of a sudden the door opened and there you were. So I don't need the SDR on you. So how about that? WB5DRI N5BE.
Okay, Lee, very fine. N5BE, WB5DRI. Well, we got you down for Delta, and the San Antonio connection, as I mentioned, is a good friend of mine, Bob Fodge. He actually is my air conditioner guy, or was years ago. I think he has sold his business to somebody that was working for him now. But he actually restored the aircraft that this lady flew in 1997 completely, along with some help from some other folks. But he was the guy that was in charge of all that. And so he did the restoration. Amazing work. The aircraft was restored completely the way it was originally, except they added better navigational equipment and communications equipment to the aircraft, and also safety of flight items. Those were the only other things that were added. Anyway, all the work was done in a hangar here in San Antonio. Anyway, back. Let's go ahead and get back in the list here. Thanks for all that, Lee, and thanks for all you do with the net logger there. So we'll break with, and we got your answer there is Delta Delta. We'll break with N5DE. Let's go up to Washington State to Russ, K8AF. Good morning again, Russ. You're up for our net, WB5DRI.
WB5DRI K8AF. Good morning, Brian. Thanks for running the net, and good morning to everybody. Thanks, everyone, for your service on this coming up on Memorial Day. So, and good question. That must have been interesting to see that airplane being worked on. And I had no idea. Everyone's saying DD. I was going to go with Delta Delta just because I like the lady's last name is Finch. I figured that's the only name that actually flies, so I'll go with Mrs. Finch there. So we'll go with Delta Delta for the answer for no other reason than that. But yeah, that must have been cool to see that airplane going under restoration and all that, and seeing how it was set up. Everybody has a great day. I'm going to go to church, and then my daughter and her husband are redoing their kitchen, so I'm going to cook up some ribs and bring them over to them later on today. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be one and done because I got to go to church. So you guys have a good day. 73, and hopefully we'll see everybody tomorrow. WB5DRI K8AF.
Okay, real fine, Russ, K8AF, WB5DRI. Well, 73s to you, Russ. Have a great day there. And we'll let you get off to church. And we got your answer as Delta Delta. And, yeah, I was actually working at this time. I wasn't back on the air yet as a ham. I hadn't gotten back on the air. I was still working for the Air Force, actually, out at Randolph at this time. And I really wasn't even that aware of this whole thing. I wish I had been. I would have loved to have gone down and looked at the aircraft there because they just completely restored it perfectly, and it was a wonderful job that they did. Had the 4 big gas tanks on the inside and everything, just the way Amelia Earhart's plane was. You had to climb over the extra gas tanks to get to the tail. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. 73s to you, Russ. Thanks for joining us this morning. Break with K8AF. Bob, we're up to you, down to you, I believe. K1BOB. Good morning, sir. You're up for the net. WB5DRI.
Good morning, Brian. You've reached K1BOB here, and good net, Brian. Big group. Good to hear everybody. Very good on the question. I'll get to that in a second. For those who couldn't hear perhaps Clifford, I could hear him good here, but yeah, we talked about yesterday. He was on our little round table after the net in the morning, and it just turned out to be some water in the lungs, and he said he took 2 pills so far out of 20, and it's already reduced the water in the lungs by half. So he's pretty happy about that. We'll probably see him running his net next Tuesday, no doubt. Anyway, good Clifford on getting your engine going, minus 1 injector there. You're a better man at me at that stuff. So I built an engine 1, but it was a tractor engine in a sports car. It wasn't too hard. I only had 1 net left over at the end. I couldn't figure out where it went, but the engine worked just fine. You've never had that happen, have you? Let's see. The question, good question. Yeah, we talked about Amelia. I've had a couple questions years gone by, and it's always very interesting and intriguing, and they're always finding her Electra out there somewhere, or somebody's Electra out there in the Pacific near an atoll or something. So I'm not quite sure if they finally wrapped up the whole mystery on that. That was one of those things that lasted for years and years, speculating on if they made it to the island, if they got killed by Japanese, or if they got ate by cannibals, and all sorts of little trinkets they find in these islands that anyone could have left them there, though, but they try to trace them back to her. Anyway, I wasn't sure on the woman. I think I know now. And since you matched the question, I had no doubt in my mind it was the Lockheed Electra. I've read about that, and yeah, I knew about the tanks and the extra equipment, radios in that Fred Noonan had to work. He was the navigator. And and he ran the radios, and that was one of the primary ways of using radios for ADF steers on how to get to the next place in that huge Pacific Ocean. So put me down for Delta Delta. And very good. This is a very interesting one, Brian. I enjoy it. With that, I'll turn it back to Net, and very good to hear everybody. Thank you, Leon, and special thanks to Charlie. And you better study up on the holiday tomorrow. You can bet there'll be a question on that. K1BOB, back to WB5DRI. Thank you, Brian.
Okay, Bob, K1BOB, WB5DRI. Well, you're welcome, Bob, and it's good to have you in there with us this morning. Thanks for all your help this morning. I appreciate all the relay help, and it's good to hear you out there with your big signal from the West Coast there up in Idaho. So we got you down for Delta Delta there, Bob, and let's keep this thing rolling here. Next up would be W5ABI, Joe out in Las Cruces. Good morning again to you, Joe. You're up, sir. W5ABI, WB5DRI.
Yeah, WB5DRI and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Brian. Good morning to the rest of the Flyers. Thanks for running the net. Beautiful morning here in Las Cruces. No wind for about 3 days, so we got our fingers crossed. This has been the windiest spring season we've ever seen here in 10 years or so. So anyhow, the winds are dying down. We just wish Texas could send us a little more rain. Hi. Anyhow, the pool's got one more load of crushed rock. It'll be completely filled, and we'll be putting the deck up in the next couple of weeks. So we've had 25 years of it, and we're slowing down, and the maintenance has been a little bit too much. So we're going to relax a little and enjoy our retirement. Hi. Anyhow, on your question, I'm going to go with Delta Delta. We'll be here to the bottom, Brian. WB5DRI, W5ABI.
Okay, real fine, Joe, W5ABI, WB5DRI. Well, we got you down for Delta Delta there, Joe. And I didn't give a weather report from here, but I think our low was about 77 this morning. And we're a little bit humid, but not too bad. But we're going up to 97 for the high today, I think. And it's a little cloudy and overcast right now, but that's, I think, going to keep us a little cooler below the century mark, so that's a good thing. But good to have you with us this morning, Joe. And we'll break with you, and let's go swing out to east to Louisville, Kentucky, to Frank out there. N4GYY. Good morning, Frank. What's happening in Louisville? WB5DRI. Okay, Frank, very good. N4 UYY, WB5DRI. Well, we got you down for Delta Delta there, Frank, and sounds good on the rain. That's a little too much rain, I guess, but everything must be nice and green. I wish, it's too bad we can't, apportion that across the country in places that out here in the West that need it, but it doesn't work that way, of course. But it's pretty nice temperature there. Wise sounds good. 70 degrees is a wonderful daytime temperature there. So it sounds like it's going to be a nice day. Hope you don't get too much rain. That can cause problems as well. But good to hear you this morning, Frank, and thanks for joining us this morning. We'll break with you. Let's go to our net logger. Let's go to our live stream, YouTube live stream guy. That's K4YDB out in Cartersville, Georgia. Thanks for your great live stream there on YouTube, Charlie. And what else is happening with you out there? You're up, sir. K4YDB, WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Brian. Morning to all the flyers out there and all the visitors we had. Had a lot of visitors today. I hope everybody's having a good morning right now. It is currently 72 degrees. And we're supposed to get up to near 80. They're saying about 79 is what they're saying. But so far, the clouds are still keeping the temperature down. So it's been hit and miss with the clouds this morning. So I don't know what's going on with that. Not a lot else is going over here. I'm going over to my son's house right after the net. We're going to cook on the grill. Of course, he don't cook, so I'll have to do that. He's one of those guys that does. he eats. He goes to the store and gets his stuff daily. I think he works for a company that's anyway. Crazy. Conditions so far been pretty good here. There's a couple of people I'm having trouble with, especially just mainly foreland over here, because I don't hear Frank that often, and Jack I don't hear pretty much at all today. But anyway, yeah. As far as the question goes, let's see. I'm just going to go with Double D. I know that I remember the airplane was the Electra. That's what I'm going on anyway. Anyway, turn it back to you, Brian. WB5DRI, K4YDB. I'm back to net.
Okay, Charlie, very good. K4YDB, WB5DRI. Well, your usual 5-9 with me here, Charlie. Good signal, and good to hear you this morning. And got you down for Delta Delta, and thanks again for doing the live stream for our net here. It's a wonderful website, wonderful addition to the net here, no question about it. It's great. So anyway, what else was I going to say here? I lost my train of thought there, but that happens sometimes. But I was going to say, yeah, I hope your cookout goes well there. And yeah, some people like to cook and some people don't. If you have to do it all the time for yourself and your wife, it gets a little old. Take it from me. Anyway, but I'm not that great of a cook, but I try. I work at it. My wife is a much better cook. But anyway, good to hear you this morning, Charlie. We got you down there for Delta Delta. Let's keep it moving here. Let's go out to let's give Randy a call again up in Indiana and see if he might still be in there with us. I called him earlier, but we'll try him one more time. Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Bravo, KD9ZGB. Randy, if you're still in there, you're up for the Flyers. WB5DRI.
I had him pretty good before, Brian. Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Bravo. This is K1BOB. You're up for the Flyers, sir. I think he went bye-bye, Brian. K1BOB.
Okay, well, we'll give him a 73. I think he must have given up. Maybe he just didn't have a good enough copy on me this morning or something there, Bob. I'm not sure. But thanks for the relay effort there. We'll keep it moving here. Let's try our Arizona station, November 1, Bravo Victor. That is, looks like Eric in Arizona, in Queen Creek, Arizona. N1BV, you're up for our net, WB5DRI.
N1BV here. Did you have a question? Because I was hearing two different things just a bit ago. So I'm here. I've been listening.
Oh, Roger, you're up for the net. You're up for the net, sir.
USA.
Eric, are you copying me now? N1BV, WB5DRI.
Yes, sir. N1BV out here, Eric in Arizona. No, I copy. I just checking in. First time I'm listening to your net. Trying to follow along with what's going on, and I'm actually a private pilot myself, and have a lot of time in a Cessna, so I'm familiar with a lot of the aviation stuff that you guys are talking about. And I was in the Army, and paying respects for Memorial Day this weekend. So yeah, that's about what I've got, and I'll give it back to net control there, N1BV.
Okay, Eric, very fine. N1BV, WB5DRI. Well, thank you for your service there, and you'd fit right in with our group there. Come back and join us whenever you can. And good to hear you out there. I'm hearing you well on my electric radio here this morning from Arizona. I guess you were about a 5.7, maybe a 5.8. I had the preamp on, so I'm not sure about that exactly, but without the preamp. But very good to hear you, and good to have you on our net this morning. And did you, by chance, see the question on the YouTube live stream?
Negative. I do not have the. I'm just opening up the web right now. Where do I go to find that?
Yeah, just go to YouTube, K4YDB. Kilo 4 Yankee Delta Bravo live stream.
USA.
And there's right under my picture on Charlie's live stream, there's a couple of questions there. You see those?
Yeah, well, give me a couple seconds here, and we'll jump back in. N1BV is checking out this live stream.
Roger that. I'll come right back to you. After you have a chance to read the questions there, Eric. I'll go to another Arizona station in the meantime, and then I'll jump back to you for the answers here. Break with N1BV. Let's go to King Queen 6 Echo. King Queen 6 Echo. Mike, good morning, sir. You're up. WB5DRI.
Whiskey Victory, USA.
Going up to 92, so can't complain today. So getting ready to head into the winter, into the summer.
Frequencies in use, so.
N1BV Delta.
Wrote a book on Amelia Earhart back in 1960-something on whether she bought the farm, what happened to her, whatever. And it was Linwood Day wrote the book. And last year, what the heck was it called? Anyway, so hanging around of Amelia Earhart. That's pretty wide distribution. But
Oh, guys, that's very cool. Very cool live stream what you got set up there. Y'all have a great day out there. 73. Yeah, my father was also Special Forces in Vietnam, and I could tell you lots of stories about that. and he actually knew Snake Shit Plissken, for the guy that flew in that movie with, and Mel Gibson played that role. I've met both those guys before. He passed away here a couple years ago. So N1BV standing by monitoring.
When they went in and out of Oakland, I was still in the area, and that was a pretty good news story back then. So I do remember that. So it's going to be Delta with me.
Yeah, stand by, Eric. Okay, real fine. Mike, KQ6E, very good. I got you down for Delta. Excuse me. And good to hear you this morning. And very cool on having a friend who wrote a book about that. Who knows what actually happened there to Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan, but I think they probably definitely ran out of fuel someplace out there not far from Howland Island, but I'm not sure about anything else that happened there. But anyway, good to have you in there, Mike, and I also wanted to acknowledge Eric's answer there, N1BV. He gave the answer Delta because he did see the live stream there, and I copied your answer there, Eric. So good to have you with us, also from Arizona there. So both of you guys are out in Arizona this morning. So thanks for joining us, and let's keep this thing moving. We'll swing back to a Texas station now. Let's go to KG5PTE, my neighbor to the north up in Belton, Texas. James, good morning. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
Yeah, I heard a YL station calling if the frequency was in use. And yes, the frequency is in use. There's a net in progress. If you'd like to check in, you can. This is the Air Force's Flyers Club net in progress. Brian, WB5DRI, this is KG5PT. I'm going to go Delta as well. And good to have all the visitors checking in this morning. Yesterday we were playing with a program on 40 meters with digital mode, called Vera C on HF. We were actually using this program called Vera Modem with Vera C, and we were making HF contacts, not by phone or single sideband, but on digital mode. We were chatting back and forth, making text messages using the computer. And of course, it's a program you have to pay for. You can download it, try it for free, but it's not very expensive to purchase. And I'm sure your San Antonio Radio Club would probably know a lot about it if you ask some of the guys there in your club there, Brian. But it's a very cool program. It's called Vera AC, Alpha Charlie. Check it out sometime. And also learn how to use my Android phone with a program called WOAD, W-O-A-D, and make WinLink email messages using a little TNC device called a DigiRig. I can send WinLink messages using a little TNC connected to my Android phone. Pretty cool stuff. All the kind of different things you can do with amateur radio. Anyway, thanks for running the net this Sunday morning. We're going to take my mom out to Texas Roadhouse, kind of a delayed Mother's Day meal. My brother takes my mom out on Mother's Day, and we always take my mom out on Memorial Day. And with that, I get to use my Veterans Day free meal coupon that I get in November for Veterans Day because the coupon expires at the end of May. So I get me a free steak meal today, and we get to take Mom out for Mother's Day. So with that, I'll turn it back to Net. Thanks for running it this Sunday morning, Brian, for swapping with Leon. WB5DRI, KG5PT.
Okay, James, KG5PTE, WB5DRI. Well, very fine on everything there, James. Thanks for all that information there. And good to hear you this morning from Belton, and we got your answer there as Delta Delta. So let's keep this thing rolling here. Let's go to Rod out in El Paso, Texas. KL1Y. Rod, you're up. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Flyers, and good morning, visitors. Right now it's about 81 degrees here in El Paso. I'm going to get up to 91 today. My answer for this morning is Delta, and we're going to say 73 from now too for everyone, and hope everyone has a good Sunday. Kilo M1 Yankee. Back to you on WB5DRI from KL1Y.
Okay, Rod, what was your answers there? What was your answers to the question? Over.
Delta.
Oh, okay. I copied Delta there. Very good, Rod. Well, good to have you with us this morning, Rod, and good to hear you there. And got you down for Delta. So very good. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's try another Texas station here we have. Bob in New Caney, Texas, I guess it is. KJ5, Papa Bravo Zulu. You're up for our net, Bob. WB5DRI.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Papa Bravo Zulu, and it is New Caney, Texas. I just barely got a copy of you, and something's going on.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, we're probably just too close. Probably too close here in Texas. But good to have you with us there, Bob. Do come back and join us again on the net whenever you can. Did you have an answer on the questions?
I do not hear what the question was, over.
I didn't quite copy your answers there, Bob. I apologize. I'm only hearing you on the SDRs this morning. So anyway, we'll give you a pass on the question there. And thanks for joining us. Do come back and join us whenever you can here on the net. We're on here every day. So thanks for checking in with us, Bob. We'll break with KJ5PBZ. Let's go to it looks like W4VFW checked out and he passed on the question. So we'll say 73 to him. That is the bottom of the list as I have it. Did I miss any stations, or do we have any additional stations that would like to check into the net? This is WB5DRI. Please call now. Well, I'm not hearing anybody. Let me go ahead and give the answers to the questions, and then we can go back maybe for a quick 73 round for the folks that are still in here. The answer was Delta. Everybody got it correct. The modified Electra 10 Echo was the only plane of its day that was able to carry sufficient fuel for the long overwater segments of the equatorial route and powerful enough to take off from short primitive runways, which there were a lot of them in the locations that Amelia Earhart's route took around the world. And Lockheed only made 15 of these Electra 10 Echoes. Kind of interesting. And Linda Finch was able to find a couple of those that were still out there, and it took her about 3 years to get somebody to agree to sell her basically the carcass of one of them so she could rebuild it for the flight. And that happened actually thanks to Pratt & Whitney, who actually funded $320,000 that it cost just for the aircraft before they started restoring it. So Pratt & Whitney made this World Flight 1997 possible. And so, very interesting thing that happened right here initiated right here from San Antonio. Both of these ladies were great aviators in their own regard there. It's kind of interesting that they also, I should mention that her navigator was a fellow by the name of Peter Cousins, Linda Finch, and I mentioned these other aircraft. The Lockheed Vega 5 Bravo was the first aircraft that Amelia Earhart flew. Actually, that's the one she flew across the Atlantic to set that record of flying solo across the Atlantic Ocean in 1932. The other two aircraft, the Boeing 247 and the Douglas DC-10, were aircraft similar to the Lockheed Electra 10E of the 1930s vintage, but they were airline aircraft, early airline aircraft. But the 10E was quite an interesting airplane, and like I say, they completely rebuilt it. Another interesting thing was that it had, I forgot to mention, it has the Pratt & Whitney Wasp engines on it, and that's the big connection to Pratt & Whitney there. But Pratt & Whitney really made this World Flight 1997 possible. But Amelia Earhart and Peter Cousins circled Howland Island, but they did not land there. They actually laid over at Canton Island, several hundred miles southeast of Howland, on their way coming east around the world, headed back for Honolulu and then Oakland. But they did, as I said, they did circle Howland Island about three times, I believe, and dropped a wreath in honor of Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan there. So anyway, that's the story on this World Flight 1997. If you want to read about that, there's a couple of books out there that I read about this. There's one very good picture book that's called Amelia Earhart World Flight 1937, World Flight 1997, Linda Finch, published by Pratt & Whitney. And then there's another book called No Limits, a woman pilot's search for the real Amelia Earhart by Linda Finch with Donald Smith. So there's two books out there that you can read about this. They're mostly, well, there's quite a bit of information about Amelia Earhart in the No Limits book as well, and some in the other book. The Pratt & Whitney book is more of a picture book, but it does have a lot of good information in it as well. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the question this morning. I enjoyed doing the research on it, and like I say, I read these two books, and very fascinating stuff about this World Flight 1997. And anyway, let's go ahead and go back for a quick 73 round. Let's go to the top and see who's still in here with us. Let's try Cliff, W5PIX. You're up for the 73 round, Cliff, WB5DRI.
Hi, Brian. Thank you very much. And all the flyers this morning, and some of our visitors, good morning to them all. And of course, I did hear N1BB. He did check out Charlie's website there, so he's very much impressed about that. He did tee up with Mike, King Queen 6 Echo, because he brought good hearing, both being there in Arizona. Anyways, no problem, and well, looking forward to the day. Kind of kicking it around, see if we want to work tomorrow or not. I really don't want to, but we'll see if Miss Bonnie decides to put a boot in my lower posterior and kick me out the door. Hi. Anyway, Brian, good net, good question, and we'll be seeing everybody over on Echo Link. That is, anybody who wants to get on Echo Link, I will be there along with whoever else. So that's the Whiskey 5 Papa India X-ray. Back to WB5DRI.
Okay, Cliff, very good. W5PIX. Well, good to have you in there with us this morning. And again, in regards to Miss Bonnie there, Cliff, and you guys need to do something fun tomorrow. And you're working too much. You need to take her to breakfast or something there. Anyway, 73 to you there, Cliff. And good to hear you in there. And until the next time, have a great day, you guys. And we'll break with you. Let's go to Lee, N5BE. I know he's got some comments about this Electra 10E. N5BE, WB5DRI. You're up for the 73 round, Lee.
Third Corps Commander and aircraft, VIP aircraft. We pilot that thing every week at Blue Pearl Creek. These stars, they get nice scores. All right, that's it for me, Brian. I gotta go tend to my barbecue from my smoker when we're done here. And boy, it's been a busy netlocker day, let me tell you. Oh, anyway. Been keeping me on my toes. Enjoyed it, Brian. Thank you, and I'm ready to swap you next week if you need it. So we can deal with that later. WB5DRI N5B 73, Brian.
Okay, Lee. Thanks for all that. 73 is to you, and have a great Memorial Day there tomorrow, and have a great barbecue there today. It sounds like you're getting ready for a nice one there. So 73 is to you, and yeah, that C-45, I know my dad flew that at one time. I think he may have even flown one for Air America when he was over there, also flying C-130s. But anyway, good to have you with us, Lee. Thanks for all your help on the net logger, and I know it was tough this morning with all the stations checking in. Sure do appreciate it. So 73 is to you, Lee. We'll break with you, and let's go to our commander, K1BOB. Bob, you're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K1BOB. Well, expert Net Brian, it's always an intriguing question talking about Amelia Earhart. I've followed her trip quite a bit, and we'll have to talk about that again, find a new slant on it. By the way, N1 Bravo Victor, he kind of doubled over quite a bit. He was trying to get back to you when Mike was on, but they aren't quite close together, so they probably weren't hearing each other. But he did manage to get on in very short order to the YouTube live stream, and he did give an answer at Delta, but he was kind of talking at the same time Mike was, so I think he said he had to leave. You might want to give him a try, though. He's got a very interesting website. He's in South Phoenix, and Mike is just north of Phoenix, so we couldn't hear each other. Anyway, I enjoyed it. We'll be on Echolink for a bit, and I got to go out take Mama around on her rounds to do some shopping today. Had the tree removed in the front yard that the wind blew over. There's a 35-foot ponderosa pine that the boys got it out in pretty short order, about 3 hours to get that thing cut up and down to smaller sizes on that huge trunk, and put it out back for me to sit for a couple of years and dry up. So that's what we did all day yesterday. And cleaned up chainsaw. Or big chip. I had a big chainsaw. So anyway, that was fun. K1BOB, back to you, Brian. Enjoyed it. And 73 to all the flyers. K1BOB, Idaho.
Okay, Bob. K1BOB, WB5DRI. Well, real fine on everything here, Bob. And thanks for all your help this morning. And yeah, I can't be on Echo Link this morning. I have to leave after the net here, but everybody is welcome to carry on. Over on Echo Link, we do have a conference node on Echo Link that is called Alpha Foxtrot Charlie, and we usually have a second 73 round over there at the conclusion of this net. So all stations are welcome to go over there, but I cannot be there this morning. But I know Cliff is going to be there, and probably maybe James, KG5PTE, along with W5TIX, and probably our commander K1BOB. So anybody that would like to, please join them over there. Thank you, everybody. Let's keep it moving here. Charlie, thanks again for your live stream. Great job there. Sure appreciate it. K4YDB, you're up for the 73 round, Charlie, WB5DRI.
WB5DRI K4YDB. Well, thanks for that, Brian. Thanks for a great net today and an interesting question. I did enjoy that. Anyway, 73s, everybody. Everybody have a good day, and I think I'm going to go cook some hamburgers. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, well, 73s to you, Charlie. Enjoy your cookout there. I skipped over W5ABI. Sorry about that, Joe. You're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
Yeah, WB5DRI, W5ABI. Good net, good question. Situation, the band is starting to go out here. I got you on the SCR, so I'm glad the net's over. So signals held up the whole time until now. Anyhow, 73s to you and the Flyers. WB5DRI, W5ABI, 73s.
Okay, 73s to you, Joe. Have a great day there in Las Cruces there, you and your wife. Break with W5ABI. Let's see if Frank is still in there. Frank, hope you're still with us for the 73 round. N4GYY, WB5DRI.
He's checked out, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Lee. We'll give him a 73. Next up would be, I believe, N1BB, Eric, out in Arizona. Eric, you're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI. I think he might have given his 73s as well. Let's try Mike in Anthem, Arizona. King Queen 6 Echo, also with the correct answers there. Mike, you're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
Good to hear everybody this morning. We're going to head out and do our honeydew, and hopefully catch you guys in the morning on the holiday. Interesting subject, having a little bit of a touch to it. So, anyway, everybody have a good day. We'll catch you tomorrow. WB5DRI.
I think you turned it there, Mike. So 73 is to you, and enjoy your weekend there, Mike, and good to have you in there with us this morning. We'll break with you. Let's see, it looks like the bottom of the list here is KG5PTE, James, also with the correct answer this morning. You're up, James, for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
Brian, WB5DRI, KG5PTE. You know, I like being the B-52D model tail gunner on this net. I like sitting at the end of the aircraft. I enjoy being the last guy on this net. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm your enlisted guy on this air crew, that's for sure. So I sit at the end of the tail. I enjoy it. I appreciate that. Thanks for running the net, Brian, and y'all have a great day. We're going to go have some steak at Texas Roadhouse today. And y'all watch out for the weather this week. I think we got some storms coming in. Looks like a pretty good rain chances all week here in Central Texas. So hopefully no hail and no tornadoes. Thanks for running the net. KG5PT, 7-3's off.
Okay, James, KG5PTE, WB5DRI. Well, 73 is to you, James, and Thanks for joining us this morning. Well, that is the bottom of the list as I have it. Did I miss any stations, or do we have any last-minute check-ins before I shut this thing down? WB5DRI, please call now. Well, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and close out the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. It's been my privilege to be net control this morning. I want to thank everybody for their participation, and thanks for all the relays, and thanks to N5BE Lee for doing the net logger, and K4YDB Charlie for his live stream on YouTube there. Everybody have a great weekend, and please remember tomorrow, take a few minutes or a moment to certainly remember all those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. That's really what Memorial Day is about. That's the whole thing. So anyway, 73s, God bless our troops, and God bless the USA. This is WB5DRI Brian in San Antonio, now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club Net and returning the frequency to normal amateur use. Good day, everybody.